The long night is coming, and the dead come with it. Cut!
Hi everyone, in this video we are going to focus on a very important question that is going to be key in the coming seasons of Game of Thrones. How to defeat the White Walkers. I have a theory that I want to share that is based on what I've seen so far on the TV show, but before we jump right into it, let's establish a few things first. Number one, how can you kill a White Walker? There are two known ways to kill a White Walker. Way number one, Dragonglass. Dragonglass is a form of volcanic glass known to be able to kill White Walkers, as demonstrated by Sam in Season 3, Episode 8, Second Sons, in which he stabs a White Walker in the shoulder, which causes it to freeze and shatter in multiple pieces. Way number two, Valyrian Steel. A rare metal really sharp and strong, which only a few swords are made of. When the metal comes in contact with White Walkers, it works like Dragonglass by shattering the White Walkers in multiple pieces, as seen in Hardhome, Season 5, Episode 8, when Jon Snow takes down a White Walker with his sword Longclaw. We also learned from that same scene that Valyrian Steel can block a White Walker sword, which would typically shatter normal iron. Before I move on, I also wanted to mention that there's a theory that fire from a real dragon might also be able to take down a White Walker. But at this stage, that has not been proven, so I'll just set that theory aside. So in order to win against the White Walkers, we know for sure that you either need Dragonglass or Valyrian Steel, so what's the problem? Problem number one, not enough steel. Valyrian Steel is super rare, and only a few swords in the world are known to be made of it. The ones we know of so far are Heartsbane, that belongs to House Tarly, borrowed by Samwell Tarly. Longclaw, the sword of House Mormont, given by Lord Commander Mormont to Jon Snow. Oathkeeper, given by Jaime Lannister to Brienne of Tarth. Widow's Wail, given to Joffrey Baratheon as a wedding gift, now laying with his corpse. So even if one army had all four of those weapons, it's hard to imagine them taking on an entire White Walker army. Even if there were more weapons we could find, I doubt there would be enough to make a real difference. Problem number two, not enough glass. No army so far has been equipped with enough Dragonglass to take on the White Walker army, either because they don't believe in it or they've just been busy doing other things. What's the solution? Well, in Season 5, Episode 5, Kill the Boy, when Sam meets Stannis, Sam is doing some research and trying to find out from the old manuscripts at Castle Black why Dragonglass can kill White Walkers. That's when Stannis tells him that they have Dragonglass on Dragonstone and encourages him to keep reading. Now, from Stannis' tone, it sounds like Dragonglass might be something pretty common, or at least easy to find on Dragonstone. And that's the key, Dragonstone. The same Dragonstone on which Daenerys was born. The same Dragonstone which was left abandoned by Stannis, and right now is probably either unguarded or poorly guarded. Yes, that Dragonstone. So basically my theory is that the most important place in the kingdom is Dragonstone. Because when the long night comes, the army that occupies Dragonstone will be the army that will be able to defeat the White Walkers. And that's because that army will be able to craft a ton of weapons made of Dragonglass. Remember that thing that kills White Walkers? The White Walkers will be properly matched, as they could now be taken down like any other army. The next question is, who will take over Dragonstone? Dragonstone is a volcanic island at the mouth of Blackwater Bay. With that in mind, my theory is that it would have to be someone with a pretty strong naval force, or at least the ability to fly there. Jon Snow is shit out of luck because he has none of those things, so it would have to be either Daenerys, who has ships and dragons, or Euron, who is in the process of building a lot of ships and has a grudge to settle. Personally, I think Euron is going to be taking over Dragonstone because that would give him some leverage in the upcoming battle. And it would also make for an interesting story obstacle, as other characters would have to ally with him in order to survive the battle with the White Walkers. But I'm curious to hear what you think about this Dragonstone theory. Is Dragonstone going to be as important as I think it will be? And if so, who do you think is going to take it over? Dany or Euron? Comment below and let me know. If you want more Game of Thrones videos, make sure to watch our Season 7 predictions, and also make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any of our Game of Thrones videos coming up. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, bye.